Hi, César.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Tell me if it's noisy because I'm outside. So, the day before yesterday, I woke up. I didn't open my eyes. I woke up in it was feeling that I don't know who I am and where I am. And then Alina woke up, and I understood that I am Alina and I am here. And then the dull mind came back with a new, fresh, uh, I don't know, power. Because it's before I was in this um, subtle kind of um, way that I was noticing the mind. I wasn't paying attention on it. I just was watching the mind. And now minds flow me away with all these fears and like uh, if you're gonna be conscious, conscious doesn't know anything. You will not recognize your like surroundings and all this stuff, and it just blows my mind. And now it's became again dull and confused.
So the Alina disappeared for a while, but not you. You lost temporarily your identity as Alina, right?
I think so. Yes.
Yes. But that didn't stop you to function naturally, normally.
Yes, but I was not understand who am I. I was not knowing who am I. I was just knowing I am, and that's it.
Good, good, good. That's fine. That's fine. Because the mind didn't merge fully in the self. It didn't dissolve completely there and then. Some tendencies, you say the mind came with a fresh, there is nothing fresh about that. It's old. Fresh, no, that's basically rotten. This is the old.
Yeah, rotten is the right one.
Yes. So the old stuff came back, and it is, you must understand that it is okay, that it is normal, right? In most of the cases, it's like that. So
But it couldn't became more powerful than it was in the very beginning.
yes, yes, yes. The mind rebels, right?
Yeah.
The mind was sentenced to death and says, "No, I will do whatever it takes to survive." The mind is like a samurai hero. You know he's going to die, but he's going to fight until the end, and it is okay. So let it try. When the mind tries, and then you look away from it, look away from the thoughts, and bring the attention back to yourself. Actually, if you simply ignore the thought, automatically the attention will fall back on yourself. If I don't pay attention to something, the attention is fixed on myself, right?
Yeah.
You may see the thought there rising and setting, right? As long as you don't lose track of yourself, everything is okay.
Yeah, it seems like I was not believing my mind already. And
Yeah.
then my reality shows mind just blows up, and it was like, you're gonna be a witch, you're gonna be like crazy person or like whatever.
No,
And this scared me.
the very life of the sages contradicts that belief. And Ramana Maharshi was, for example, extremely practical, and whatever he did it basically till perfection. What he was writing, cooking, making notebooks, books, making plates with some round leaves. You know, they make plates in India with round leaves. They attach them to each other and make like a big plate. He was doing flower garlands. He was doing polishing walking sticks, making walking sticks for sadhus and fixing the water containers of. Sometimes he will join Alamalai Swami, putting bricks together in the construction. He will supervise everything in the ashram. Okay, he was a great cook. He's nobody knows, I guess, even him from where the abilities just showed up. So it's not true that Janaka was a king and he carried on being a king after waking up and ruling the kingdom, right? And more efficient than before and selflessly, right? So this is a thought, this is a mind. See, try to convince itself because the mind is talking to itself, right? If the mind merges in the self, it keeps quiet, it cannot say anything to itself. So don't listen to the mind. It's a very bad advisor. My experience says the same thing. We don't become stupid or dull or inefficient or no or careless. Actually, one of the things that I found myself that I was not careless, but I was not too much into order organized. I was quite this kind of a pseudo freedom and bohemia life. I was also a lot into music and art and all that stuff. Not myself, but I will enjoy it, you know. Anyway, I found myself becoming super organized, super tidy. Okay, actually, when Nasia met me and we moved together, she came to live in my house in Moscow, and she was freaking out. She said, "Listen, are you an enlightened being or a psychopath? Because psychopaths are also very." So everything was, I will go back from home and I will put the coins on the table and I put it by size and everything. See, until now, I am very organized, right? The practical mind, the mind becomes efficient, right? I'm selfless. So don't listen to all these things that the mind says. One, even when it is one's natural state, it seems that we'll have to get used to it, right?
I hope so.
It's true. So
And I was angry with myself about that. For a while, your words, they were like going inside and observing inside, and it was more clarifying. And now those 2 days, um, I would say the content like bounced off me like from the wall, you know. It doesn't go inside. It's just like I'm became like a wall.
yeah, it's a self-defense mechanism from the mind. The mind uh, plays dull.
Yeah, dullness is
Yeah.
true word.
Don't hear anything. I don't understand anything. What? Right? Like when we are tired, that we need to rest, and we are already like full. Okay, there is a word from that in Spanish, which is embotado. It's like saturated, right? Like when you are working for hours and making numbers or whatever, you say, I can't, man, I cannot put anything else in my mind cannot move a little bit more. So I need some rest. Right? This is what that is all about. See, that characteristic of the mind is for that purpose, is to give.
So the one who is tired is the mind, yes?
Yes. But the mind is not, you can't separate the mind from the body.
Yeah, I see.
You see why it is called body-mind complex, right? Mind arises, body arises, world arises. Mind disappear, body disappear, world disappear. Therefore, the mind and the world are the same. So they appear together, disappear together, they are identical. But the mind is also identical with consciousness, right? We get to know that by the means of inquiry, by merging the mind in its source. So don't listen to any of that.
So I'm just, you say this is like doing nothing, but in my way, it's like I'm keep doing what I doing. Like, don't listen to my mind and watch when it shows off.
Yes.
Well, mm-hmm.
I have no thought, there is nothing to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
And your life goes on as it's meant to be. You don't have to change your lifestyle. If you're into music, into art, or whatever it is, you go on with that, right?
No, just I started to realize that Alina is imprint, that it's has no base, and this is just like fake person. And then after this occasion, I would say the personality go back, and in fear it became stronger. I don't know.
You see,
So and now okay, I'm not gonna believe it again.
we may find that what we used to believe by things we do out of love is not true. That deeply within myself, I was doing it for another reason, right? To fit into a group, or I don't know, to hold a nicer image of myself, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So it's okay. We become aware of so many things. All these things goes on showing up. See, all these will show up, right? Especially when people begin to do the inquiry before going through the so-called traditional spiritual process of purification, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it is there will show up. But then we begin to recognize more and more what the mind is. It is easy to detect as false and as not I, as not me, right? And I found myself holding the attention more and more on myself, right? And not running after all these thoughts. Right? Sometimes if we had a turbulent mind, the mind begins to remind you all your wrongdoings, right? For you to feel bad, or the right doings for you to feel proud.
Yes, it's
Forgetfulness is a blessing. See, by the grace of the self, we forget all that. This is why we don't remember past lives, right? Because with this one, it's enough. So anyway, all that is past, all that is gone. Even the consequences for that may be cancelled, right? Because there is no identity anymore. And if it is not cancelled, then we go through it peacefully in a state of equanimity, so to say. All these imprints may show up. Things that we thought we had it resolved or understood or whatever, right? We got over it, they may show up. That's okay. What is it? It is memory. It is the past. It doesn't exist anymore, right? So if you know that it is enough that one's identity with it or as it is avoided. See, we avoid identify oneself with that. See the mind as not I, not me. Again, how? By looking at yourself. See, there is a mind and there is I. So I must be something different from that, right?
Yes.
There is the body and there is I. See? There is everything and there is I. So I must be something else. If I want to know the reality of this I, which is no other than myself, then I keep on investigating, means looking at myself. See? And then you begin to see the reality of this I, which is first of all is silent, is peace.
Yeah, even now I don't know reality, but when the mind is calm, there is no I. There's just a perception.
Yeah, because mind is nothing but thought. Mind is a conglomeration of thoughts. Right? First thought,
Yeah.
and then all the thought arises, right? Then we become aware of one's reality, one's nameless, formless reality. Is completely unaffected by thoughts, words, actions, ours, or someone else's. And it's always there. Yeah? Consciousness is always there, can't go anywhere. So we can access to it anytime, and because it is what we are all the time. In reality, it's not something that we get access to, right? But it is what we are. We speak about consciousness as something because I believe to be something different than consciousness. That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.